you are responsible for the regulation of sweepstakes.
I am.
What is your position on what's going on with internet cafes, and do you think the legislature needs to step in and clarify whether or not these things are legal or not legal?
Clarification is needed. There is no question in my mind that there is an ambiguity in the law itself, which is leading to uneven enforcement, and that's unhealthy regardless of who the impacted parties are. You can't have a rule of law that is subject to an individual sheriff or state attorney's interpretation. And so even the internet cafes would say that there is an ambiguity. And so the short answer is yes, it needs to be clarified.
I'm sorry, is that your shop, Consumer Services?
It gets complicated, but we are responsible for the regulation of sweepstakes, which in most people's mind would be Publishers Clearinghouse, which is where all this all started. Remember when Butterworth went after the public? So in most people's mind, it'd be the McDonald's Monopoly game or Publishers Clearinghouse. But it also is, gosh, you know,
It's not the bingo.
the Leon County Builders Association raffle, if the prize exceeds $5,000. If the cumulative prizes, first place through 10th, if the cumulative prize giveaway exceeds either $5,000 or $10,000, I think it's $5,000, it triggers our involvement. And the internet cafes would argue that the reason why they are not gambling is that they are technically a sweepstakes, that there is a predetermined number of winners at that video terminal, just as there are a predetermined number of boardwalks and park places that allow you to win a new Wii. And so that is essentially, as I understand it, now we're all trying to get our brains wrapped around it, that's the difference between a sweepstakes and gambling. There's no predetermined number of winners throwing dice or slots. Sweepstakes there are. And so...
But have you been asked, have you all contemplated, have you thought about whether or not saying to these people, no, we don't think you fit the definition of sweepstakes, or at this point in time you all say you do fit the definition of sweepstakes, and we're not going to, I don't know, report you to other authorities and suggest that they shut you down?
Or can't you shut them down yourself?
We,
The law enforcement.
under because the law needs clarification, law enforcement has been reluctant to act given the ambiguity about, you know, how many lines of code in the software program are going to reveal whether there is a predetermined number of winners and therefore they're a sweepstakes and therefore technically operating legally as the statute is currently written. And I know that Representative Plakin has sought some clarification in this. Allied veterans have sought clarification in different city ordinances, like in Jacksonville. They basically grandfathered in X number and banned future ones. Leon County has seen an explosion of them. I have read in one of y'all's articles where there's even been some investors in these cafes.
Members of the legislature.
So I think that I think that there does need to be clarification, and I hope that the legislature will be able to provide that.